Guys, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if Mahito gets saved by fake Ghetto next week, my next review is gonna be a rant. Ain't no way we're doing that shit. Right when you think the plot armor's about to run out for this man, that happens. No shot. I'm going off if that happens. I promise that. But just what absolutely insane episodes. Regardless of that, absolutely insane episodes, because we're talking about episodes 20 and 21 today. And there's actually so much that goes on. It's kind of wild. JJK is insane, guys. Mahito. Frickin' Mahito. As much as I hate this man, he's a good villain. He's a well-written character. Gege was in his bag when he was writing Mahito. He made a character that everyone hates. But yet he keeps getting away with it. We can't let this man get away with it. But as I've told you guys recently, we're going to be doing things a little differently on the channel. I am not going scene by scene through these 2 episodes. I can't. If I did that, this video would be like 45 minutes today. That's how much there is to go on. So I'm actually just going to talk about individual things I want to talk about in these 2 episodes. Obviously, starting with episode 20. Then we'll get into, by the time you're seeing this, yesterday's episode. That shit was insane. First things first, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Nobara. Now, I know what you guys are thinking, like, oh, Gary, after watching these episodes, your opinion on that subject clearly has to have changed, right? No. Not at all, actually. If anything, I feel reinforced in my opinion that she's alive. And it's not because of what they said in here. It's for all the reasons I stated last week in my previous review. I fully believe Nobara is still alive, but I'll be damned if that shot didn't hit hard. The fact that they immediately go into a flashback as the episode begins before we see that is just a kick in the balls, man. Good lord. Gege just loves to make everyone suffer, doesn't he? Oh my lord. That was tough. I'll admit. That was very tough. Frankly, if I hadn't been around the block before, guys, and haven't seen lots of tricks like this in anime before, I've seen a lot in a lot of shows, trust me, I would have believed she's dead, dude. They do a real good job of selling you on that, but I still don't think she is. I explained that last week, so I won't get into it too much. I just wanted to give my thoughts on that in case you guys were curious. I don't! But if she does come back in the distant future, she ain't gonna be the same. She's gonna be fucked up, dude. Yo. Next, let's talk about our boy, Yuji here. Oh boy, Yuji. Here's the thing I want a lot of people to realize. This man is suffering so much, it's insane. Here's the thing. Everything that's happened in our past, I don't know, like 4 episodes has essentially happened in the span of like 30 minutes. All of this. Sukuna taking over his body, destroying a huge chunk of the city. Nanami dying in front of him. And now Nobara getting taken out. All of this has happened in the span of like 30 minutes. To say that this man is suffering is wild. I sat here thinking, like, is there a shonen protag that suffered more than Yuji? And funny enough, when you really think about it, Naruto in a way. It's kind of similar to Naruto. Naruto's had his friends killed in front of him before. He's had his mentor killed. Not in front of him, but still, he's had his mentor killed. And Nobara has a certain resemblance, especially now with the hole in her head, to a certain character that a lot of other people in the Naruto fandom thought was dead too, until they came back. So, just thinking about that, JJK is drawing a lot of similarities to Naruto right now. Funny enough. But that being said, our boy Yuji is just suffering incarnate right now. It's insane what this man's going through. And if it wasn't for our boy Todo making the drippiest entrance ever, Yuji would be dead, man. He would be out of it. I don't know what he would do if Todo didn't come in like a bro, and saved him here. Now, Todo is an absolute bro, guys. I truly think he is the only one that could have snapped Yuji out of this. I don't even think Megami could have right now. I think Todo was the only one who could come in and get Yuji back on his feet after he had completely given up here. And I love the fact that Todo, he doesn't tell Yuji to stop feeling how he's feeling. Because Yuji is just completely broken right here. He's constantly trying to make up for the fact that he has a literal monster inside of him. But everywhere he goes, people die. And he can't keep living with himself knowing that he's the cause of this. Because he lives, people die. Todo tells him, look, Yuji, we're Jujutsu sorcerers. You, me, Nobara, Nanami, and everyone are Jujutsu sorcerers. And as long as we continue to live, our comrades have not truly been defeated. Attempting to find meaning in everyone's deaths can at times defile the memories of the people we've lost. As he tells him essentially, instead of sitting here mourning them about how you couldn't save them, think about what they've entrusted with you here and now. You don't need to find the answer now, but until you find it, you cannot stop moving forward for their sake and your own. This is the one punishment imposed by those who live as Jujutsu sorcerers. Again, I want to preference, he's not telling Yuji not to mourn here or to not feel awful for what's happened. He's telling him that right now, you need to remember what they've entrusted you with and what you need to carry out right here and now as a sorcerer so that you do not defile their sacrifice. I love that. As it's just the thing he needs to hear to pick himself up and to start their heated battle with Mahito. Now, before we get into Mahito, because we're going to probably be talking about Mahito for a minute, let's talk about Mekamaru and Miwa here. Because this scene is so sad. Because it's here we see that until the very end, Mekamaru did not want to get his friends involved in this situation. And that really says a lot about him as a character. It shows that he obviously cares about them, but it also somewhat shows that he didn't have faith in them. He didn't have faith in them to survive in Shibuya here, as they themselves even say that. And Miwa herself takes this hard, because she's already felt useless her entire time here, and hearing that just makes her feel more useless. As Mekamaru even admits to her, it's not you guys that are weak. I'm weak. I handled this situation badly because I'm weak. And I couldn't even see my mistake through because I'm also weak. As he starts telling her, you know, there was this girl I loved. I didn't care about what happened to the world as long as I could be at her side and protect her. Even if that girl didn't want me to be the one who protected her. And I love how they don't have to say anything here. They don't have to say nothing. She fully understands what he means by that. And that makes the scene even sadder. And in his final moments, he tells her, Miwa, find happiness. Whatever shape it takes, as long as you're happy, then my wishes come true. And this is a tragic outcome, guys. Mekamaru is a very tragic character. Even if he did do this to himself, if you really think about it, it's still a very sad outcome. His whole life's been filled with misery. And even at the very end, he sacrificed himself to try to save his friends. He went about it wrong, of course. That doesn't make it hurt any less. But alright, guys. We've talked about Yuji, who we'll get into more. later. We've talked about Nobara. We've talked about Todo. We've talked about Miwa and Mekamaru. Now, let's talk about Mahito here. Fucking Mahito. Because not only is this man just growing stronger as the fight's going on, he's evolving. Literally, he is evolving as the fight's going on. He learns the Black Flash and is wrecking Yuji's shit with it throughout our episodes. This man is reveling in it. He is loving every second of torturing Yuji here. He is fighting off Todo and Yuji here, just showing that Mahito is a problem. He needs to be taken out here, frankly. And I swear, man, if he's not next week, but that's next week. But anyway, we've seen all of them growing stronger as our fight is progressing. We see that they're literally all pushing past their limits here. 120%. As we see our fight just constantly keeps escalating to a ridiculous degree. They were underground, now they're above ground. It's crazy. He's splitting Todo off from Yuji so he can fight him alone, because he knows that if it's one-on-one, he's got a really great chance of taking down Yuji. And it's just wild, man, that Mahito is this strong and this much of a problem. It's getting to the point where it's kind of getting hard to believe that Yuji's keeping up with him. Now, Yuji's basically dead right now, dude. It's wild just how much of a problem he is. As he even figures out a way to use his domain here, even with Yuji and the threat of Sukuna here. Because remember, Sukuna told him, if you touch my soul one more time, I'm gonna kill you. He even found a way to get his domain active and to use it against them. Because of Gojo. Because of what he learned from Gojo earlier in our season. As he's able to cut Todo's arm off here. And that shit is sad. He cuts his arm off here, essentially rendering him kind of useless now. That's heartbreaking to me. Todo is too damn cool to be taken out by Mahito, man. Yet another person. This fucker is ruined. But even then, despite everything I'm saying, we get the wildest montage ever with Todo popping the hell off with his idol here. This shit caught me so off guard. It's so damn funny though. Holy shit. As we see, they are not going down without a fight. If Mahito's pushing them, he's being pushed just as hard. It is very even. But we eventually do see Todo is down for the count here. Which is kind of wild, because Yuji's been fighting so much longer than him. But it just shows how much of a beast Yuji is. And it's here, him and Yuji are in about the same situation. They're both insanely hurt. But yet again, the plot armor for this man comes into full effect as he's able to finally transform. He's able to change his soul. He's finally grasped it. As he actually uses his idol transfiguration on himself and just becomes a monster. I gotta admit, he looks cool as shit like this. And it's here with this new transformation, Yuji's having a hard time keeping up. As hurt as they both are, Yuji is just too hurt right now to really do anything against this new form. As Mahito is very clearly starting to get the upper hand. As there's only one thing that Yuji can think of to win this fight. He has to do a black flash with all of his spiritual pressure. Or all of his cursed energy all at once here. And as you guys know in the series, no one has been able to do a black flash on command. So that's a hell of a feat. But we see that finally the plot armor starts running out here for this man. As we see he is heavily damaged from the continuous hits he's taken from Yuji during this fight. They're both on about the same ground here. But it's here to push Yuji over the edge. We see Todo is able to fake him out with the boogie woogie that he can't use anymore, by the way. Fucking sucks. and he's able to trick Mahito and give Yuji the opening he needs to deliver the most satisfying hit on Mahito we've seen yet. When I say I was cheering, man, is an understatement. Hell yes, beat his ass. And it's here for the first time in their entire fight. Mahito starts panicking because Yuji is in control here. And it's here we get our most impactful scene, I'd argue, of both of these episodes. As Yuji tells him flat out, I'll accept it, Mahito. I am you. Now this is a wild scene because throughout their entire fight, their entire conversation with each other, that's what Mahito's been trying to make him admit, that me and you are similar. I just want to indiscriminately kill humans. You want to indiscriminately save them. We are the same. We just go about things differently. This is a war we're going in right now. You're not going to come in here all willy-nilly and fucking do nothing. This is a war of ideals here. We're fighting to the death to see who will reign supreme 1,000 years from now. And he finally got Yuji to admit that they're the same. Now, this is big, but this is also scary in a way, because it feels like Yuji's losing a part of himself here. As he even tells Mahito, I wanted to reject you. I wanted to pretend I didn't understand what you meant. But things are different now, because I'm just going to kill you. And if you're ever reborn again as a new curse, I'll kill you then too. You can change your name. You can change your appearance. But I'll still kill you again and again. I don't need a meaning or a reason to do it anymore. As for the first time, Mahito is afraid. As Yuji tells him, I know I'm just one big cog in the machine. And I'll keep on killing curses until I rust away. Because that's my role in this war of yours. And this scene here is chilling, no pun intended, as we see someone like Mahito running for his life as Yuji hunts him down. Again, it feels like Yuji's gonna lose an important part of himself here. And that in and of itself is scary. Just the imagery of Mahito being the rabbit here and Yuji being the wolf is honestly so impactful and just shows the descent that Yuji has gone down. That Mahito has pushed him down. Because as Yuji catches up to him here, it doesn't even feel satisfying anymore. It's almost sad in a pathetic way. But also sad a little bit because this is just a crazy juxtaposition here. It just feels like Yuji has no compassion left at all in this scene. Like, Mahito is damn near begging for his life. Yuji's not even batting an eye. But before Yuji has a chance to finish him off, we see fake Geto here, potentially ready to save him. And I told you guys already, if that happens, that is bullshit. With everything that's happened, Mahito has to die, man. If he doesn't die, I really will rant. Next review, man. That shit will be ridiculous. After everything that's happened, all the pain this man has caused him, Yuji's gotta take some dub, dude. He's gotta win something, damn it. But knowing Gege, I already know I'm gonna be mad next week. I know I'm gonna be mad next week. So let me know your thoughts on these two episodes down in the comments, because I'd like to think I made mine pretty clear in this video. JJK is just such a great series, man. Who'd have thought that people on Twitter saying, oh, just wait for Shibuya, just wait for Shibuya, you're not ready yet. Who'd have thought that Twitter was freaking right for once? Oh, I'll never admit that again. I'll never do that again. Tainted my mouth with that blasphemy, but JJK really is probably the new best gen shonen. It's kind of obvious in my opinion. But let me know your thoughts again on these 2 episodes down below, because I'd love to hear it because they were nutty. So until next time, I hope you all have a great day, week, month, and year. And until then, deuces, have a blessed day. And I'll see you guys next time for hopefully a burial. But we'll see. See you guys then.